The following Facilities Management Insight was filmed at the NFMT Conference and Expo.
A tiny bit of background. I bet most of you are familiar with ZigBee and at least have heard of the notion of ZigBee being a part of a wireless network, certainly. Many of you may know that it's part of an IEEE standard. And what usually comes as a relatively big surprise is the fact that unless you've been talking to someone like Daintree or Philips Lighting about control scope or light manager, you've been having ZigBee conversations, you've probably been exploring a proprietary ZigBee solution. And a proprietary, most of these, and there are several of them out in the marketplace, most of them only use a convenient piece of the ZigBee technology pie, and it's usually something associated with the lower level here, the physical and MAC layer, sometimes the network layer associated with the ZigBee technology, and rarely, and only recently, and Daintree's part of this movement, have folks been using the full capability. I mean, think of I remember taking a trip to Europe, and I had my little daughter with me, and I brought the Dora the Explorer CD over there, and it didn't work. Everything looked exactly the same, but the CD player didn't play the CD. And that's because Europe and the US use a slightly different application layer standard for DVDs. But picture if that would happen with every manufacturer of DVDs. Picture if you had to have a Toshiba disc associated with a Toshiba DVD player. I mean, the consequences, the marketplace would be a much different place. So that is the trajectory of proprietary systems. They're typically closed, short-lived, and deliver a much different user experience. So the important takeaway here is that when pondering ZigBee, and you'll see much, much more of this in the coming months and years as this standard is now flourishing, make sure you're looking for fully standards-based ZigBee. That means certified products that that follow the standard through the communication layer. And we'll talk about why that's so important here as we continue.